If you want to make a bit more money as a freelancer in 2024, I've got 3 options for you. Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Freelancers Tea Break, the short and sweet podcast and video podcast that you can listen to or watch and enjoy whilst you're having a cuppa. I've got a freshly brewed one here, and today I wanted to talk about a topic that I think a lot of people are thinking at the moment. And it's basically 3 ways to make more money as a freelancer. And something we all want to do, but we don't necessarily want to hustle ourselves into the ground or work ridiculous hours, or also use any kind of manipulative, icky tactics. So I've got 3 ways that you can bring in more money as a freelancer without being burnt out or doing anything that makes you feel very uncomfortable. So let's jump into the first one. So option number 1 is probably the most obvious one, which is upping your rates. Now, this is something that a lot of people get nervous about. But if you're in a job and you get better at your job, you get more experience at your job, there's a good chance that you would be receiving a raise or recognition of your work with bonuses, recognition through higher income, extras, bonuses, that sort of thing. And there's no reason why you shouldn't as a freelancer. As you get better at what you do, as you get faster at what you do and more experience and develop more skills, you should be raising your rates. And to be honest, I would recommend doing this on an annual basis at the very least. January is a wonderful time to do it because you can say, I'm just updating my rates. Here are the new ones. There are lots of ways you can do this. I actually have a template which I'll pop in the notes that you can try out and use for that, for raising your rates without upsetting your current clients. And it doesn't have to be a huge one either. You could be charging £30 an hour now and move it up to £32, £35 an hour. That would make a big difference at the end of the month. So a little increase can go a long way to boosting your income. So that's option 1, upping your rates. Option number 2 is something that I think a lot of people don't realise. So if you jump on a discovery call with a potential client and then you have a chat through all the options and then they say, I actually can't afford to work with you one-to-one, or even if this is a conversation that you've had on social media or anything like that, that's an opportunity. That's not a rejection. That's an opportunity. So this is where you think about what could be the in-between step between working with you directly one-to-one or you doing the work for them and maybe some kind of DIY or do it with them option. So it might be, so say for example, you're a website designer and somebody wants to have their website done, but they can't afford it at the moment. What they might be able to consider is having, you might have a course that could help people set up their own website. So they work through their course, they do it themselves, but that might be a slightly cheaper option. It might be a consultation call where you identify some things that they could do in the meantime before that they can afford to work with you. So every time that you're rejected based on pricing, that's an opportunity to be looking at what products or services that you could offer that plug that gap. Now, you don't have to do that for everything, and this is not about undervaluing yourself. This is about taking those rejections as an opportunity to learn about what kind of service and what you could offer. And it could be as small as an ebook, it could be as big as a course, and power hours and consultations are also a great way of offering that kind of in-between bit. And then option 3 is create a freelance funnel. So this actually builds in a little bit of what I was just saying about producing things that work at different levels and different price points. So one of the things I work with clients is often creating a freelance funnel, and that is working out what you offer for potential clients from at the top of the funnel, the widest part, the free content. So your social media posts, your newsletter, podcasts, blog posts, going to networking events and doing maybe free talks and things like that. Those are all the free things that gets people interested in what you do. You might then have a really low cost offer, a £7, a £9 offer, something that's really low cost. It might be an ebook, it might be a mini course. I'm seeing a lot of people having £7 or £9 memberships at the moment where it's £7 or £9 a month. I'm choosing those numbers because that is the most common one, but there's no reason you can't be saying £10, £15. This is about making people feel more comfortable spending money with you, and investing in themselves through you. And then from there, as the funnel goes down, you start to go to some of the more higher price things. So it might be a course, it might be a power hour or a consultation, it might be a mini version of what you offer. At the very bottom of the funnel is the one-to-one work. So that's the things that take the most time with you, and they cost the most because they're investing all that time and money in you. So you won't have all of your clients end up there, but it's really useful to have a funnel that gives people an idea of where they might be going. And also, not everybody will need the one-to-one. Some people need just the DIY stuff at the top. And you will also get sometimes clients who will buy at every single stage. So having all those different levels can really help earn a little bit more money, and also increase how accessible you are to more people. So I'm a big fan of freelance funnels. I actually have a £9 training. This is something I've taken in consideration with my own business. I've created a bunch of £9 trainings to make it really easy to access information for lots of freelancers. And I've got one there all about building your freelance funnel, with some time blocked into that training for how to actually build that training, build that funnel. So just to recap, the 3 ways that you can increase your income as a freelancer that don't feel icky, don't feel pushy or hustly or anything like that is upping your rates, turning kind of rejections or people who can't afford you at your highest rate into opportunities to look at other ways that you can do that, and really working on your funnel so that you can see how you can help the widest variety of people, and also potentially increase how people are spending with you and if they're coming back for more and more. So thank you very much for tuning in to the Freelancers Tea Break. I hope you found that useful. Do subscribe if you want to hear more freelancing tips and freelancing chat. I'm big on techs and apps and tools and mindset shifts that can make it all a little bit easier. And I hopefully will see you with a cuppa for the next episode.